Imagine losing a pet that ran away and wondering whatever happened to it. Animal shelters getting too full and putting down animals is a large occurrence today in America. I've read stories of this happening where a family is really sad and upset because they weren't informed that their animal was put down in an animal shelter because they didn't know that it was there. Shelters killing animals that play a role in a happy family is a huge occurrence. The amount of time that families are given to retrieve their animal is too short, and the shelter should announce somewhere what pets recently came in so the families know which shelters to check in large cities like Los Angeles or New York. So I will discuss the amount of time that the family is given to retrieve their pet. The most animal shelters are given a 72-hour time limit to euthanize the animal. So animals are basically giving a ticking time bomb on their life because based on how soon the owner can come retrieve them and find them. Their lives are based on how soon the owner can find them. The worse the pet's health is, the sooner they're probably going to be put down in the animal shelter. So from Kaleidoscope in 2011, it stated that some animal shelters sort through the animals, selecting the most adoptable pets and euthanizing the others. So they look at the ones with the worst health and put them down, even if they don't know their background or what family they're from. They just put them down because they look old or unhealthy to them. When a family's pet runs away, it's very important to find them as soon as possible to see what shelter they're at and to go in person like every single day after the pet runs away to see which shelter they're at. Kaleidoscope also said that it's very important to find your missing pet at the shelter and check several times because you don't know which shelter they're at, especially like I said, being in a large city. And next, the pain that it brings the families to not know that their animal was put down in the shelter, because families care deeply for their pets because they play a large role in their family and they're basically part of the family. And so they need to know which pets are recently brought in. Like if dogs aren't released into the paper and they're killed, the families won't know. So like most shelters don't put into the paper or the news which animals were recently brought in, so the families aren't even aware that their animal was taken in by a shelter. The longer the animal is there apart from their owner, the more scared that the animal grows. The Dodo.com stated, "What you can expect is your dog to be put in a very loud, sensory overloaded environment and will have the dog out of its element and experience large amounts of fear." And the sad thing about this is that your dog is, it could be an old or undesirable breed, which is what the shelters are looking to put down because that's not something that other people are looking to come and get from the shelter. So people show up just hours too late to receive their animal back and have to deal with the awful loss of their loved pet, and so they had no control over losing their pet. But on a positive note, shelters do have a commitment to find the owners, but sadly they just don't try hard enough. And so like I said, shelters are killing animals that play a role in a happy family. So the 2 points that I talked about were the amount of time that families are given to retrieve their animal, how it's too short, and the shelter should be telling the families, through the paper or the news, that which animals came in recently. Imagine losing a pet that was very close to your family for years and you have no control over the animal shelter putting it down.